might come up again just to put it on the storage thing.
Yeah.
So as you contract the leg now, it will stretch and pull out the origin and the insertion points. So you would prepare it on the bed first, and then for the deeper, more advanced movements, you want to come and stand here so you can see what I'm doing. Right, you want to then get your towel that was underneath the knee of the client, bring it in front of your leg, and hook on, okay? To then further stretch that muscle tissue out, and then you can be working here with rec fem. Deep breath for me, please. Big sigh out. Here we go. So I'm just stripping.
I need to hold this. I mean,
Yes, yeah,
this
thank
is.
you.
I'm not seeing this the first time.
Yeah.
To
So again, we could just be stripping into, I'm working about 30% here. I'm feeling the muscle tissue change. If you need me to back off, tell me to back off. Okay? Would you like more pressure? Is this okay?
you hold the stretch for one strength, not more stretch while you're pushing or something. It's just one time, one strength of stretch.
Yeah, you would work it, pull it back, give it some love, work it again, okay? No, you wouldn't load it too much,
Yes.
yeah, because it can strain and cause adhesions, cause more trigger points, okay? I can feel she's tight here, so I'm just using, again, a little bit of the windscreen wiper. It's really slow, so we don't need to rush either, you just do it nice and slow. Okay, and pull it back, and I'm just giving it some nice love, okay? Okay, nice. All right, you can relax the leg if you need to, okay? And then you do a little bit of effleurage, let the muscle recover, and then come back in again and anchor it. But now we're going to be working into lateralis, okay?
Do you work if you work on the lateralis? Do you go under the iliotibialis or just in the beginning of?
Just not in this position would you hit into the IT band, okay? And remember, we would stop about 4 fingers before we get into the origin area, okay? In this position, right?
Yes, yes.
So just slightly to the side, and again, when I'm working on rec fem, I'm here. You then want to twist and come around to be able to hit. So we're sitting on top of it. It's not in that position there, okay? Deep breath for me, Elaine. Here we go. Okay, so it's super tight here. Right, scale of 10, where are you?
I'm about 6.
She's a 6, okay? But I could feel the texture change, okay? So deep breath. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yep, she's okay. If the client's like, oh, it's a 6, no, back off. Then you back off, okay?
Okay.
Are we at a 1? Yeah, okay, here we go. Deep breath. Breathing and moving, tracking. So she breathes and you move. There we go again. How you doing there?
5.
Right, I moved about that much. We went from a 1 back up to a 5. Okay, so it's much more smaller, more detailed work. Communication with the client again, are you alright or do you need me to back off? She says she's fine and that's it. Yeah, okay, deep breath for me please. Here we go. How you doing there? Yeah, she's fine. And it softens now, yeah? Yeah, okay, that's nice. Pull it back and give it some love, okay? Additional techniques that you can also do as well. And I'm just going to show Eugene this. We covered some of this last week as well. What you can do is if the whole thing, Eugene, is holding really tight, we can put what's called a lock on. So let's put camera there. Yeah? So if you're working down the rec fem, we can put a lock on. So just raise your leg for me there, Elaine. And just let go, let me have the weight of your leg. Okay, I'm putting a lock on, let your leg fall. Okay, swing your leg up and down 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, As she backs off, I back off. Bring your leg back up for me, please. Okay, relax. Apply your pressure. Drop the leg. Reapply your pressure. On you go 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And so on. Okay? So you put a lock on with your forearm, swinging legs. This is called swinging legs. If it's just a little bit hypertonic, do it 3 times.
Yes.
If it's super tight, okay, like Paddy that you were working on yesterday, like, whoa, you want to be going about 6 times onto that. Obviously with Paddy, you can load the muscle more because he needs that. With somebody like Elaine who's normal, you know, I'm working here about 30%. So the difference between this week and last week, Kaylin, is that it's the same movement, but you load it more. Okay, for a deep tissue treatment, there's like 30%, 40%, 50% in it.
Sports, it's 20%.
Yeah, sports when you're working in this way with soft tissue release would be 20%. Okay, so, and also for athletes that are in between sessions. So if we had one of the guys come in from the gym this morning that were training and then they were training again tonight, you would work at 20%, okay? If it's the likes of Paddy coming in and he wasn't working on legs this morning, he's having the day off, you really load it up and go for him, okay? For here, for laterales, bring your leg up again there for me, please. Okay, and relax, let me have it. We then work with a hook. So you want a hook on here, okay? Bring your waist into the side. Again, I'm coming in about 40% and drop. Okay, swinging, on you go. 1,
No,
2.
no, it's the lateralis one.
Yes,
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and relax. As she relaxes, then bring the leg back up for me, please. Okay, let go. I then reapply my lock, come down, and on you go, swinging legs. 1, 2, 3, 4,
But
5,
yeah.
6. Okay, so you would be working down lateralis with your lock on. If you have a knot, right? If the knot, like we saw, if it's sitting there,
Yes.
and you're working in this way in the beginning with the knot, you don't put a lock on over the top of the knot, right?
Yes.
What you do is you create behind the lock a new insertion point, a new origin point. So the origins are here, the insertions are here. So that part there, you would put your lock on there, just above where the knot is, and then you would do your swinging legs. You wouldn't actually come on top of the knot. Okay, it's way too much. It won't
Next to
handle
the
it.
knots, yeah. If it's too tight, in my
Yeah.
words, and if it's too much pressure also for the
Yeah,
client, yeah.
it's not good. If there was a knot, like the way we worked with Elaine in the beginning, with the leg on the bed, working in this way, softening it off, lots of movement, using your twister, that softens the knot down, pulling back, giving some love, then taking it off, then it's easier to work with your lock on then. But if the knot is still there, don't press right on the knot. You need to go above the knot.
Yes. Do you also, while you press, I mean what we did the same as with the hamstrings, did you also, when she swing actively, the underleg, you hold the push on, even it was in a stretch or in a flexion, or?
Show me what you mean. Show me what you mean.
Yeah. For example, she when the Elaine, if you can move your leg once up, down again, sorry, and now actively pushing forward and down. Yes. Did you hold also once just for a push? I mean, why she did this, or you pull say? I mean, when the leg was up.
Yeah.
And when down you push.
Yes, it's
push
okay. So
on
I need.
because it
I
could
understand.
not be so
Yeah.
good to see it.
Yeah, stand here. Okay, so how we prepare,
Yes.
it gets you to do this, so that was a
Okay.
good question, right? Is bring the leg up. Elaine, that's it. She extends the leg, and then I say, okay, let go. Let me have the leg. So when she brings it up, she's contracting the muscles. Now I'm holding the leg. It's a passive movement. It's now in a state of looseness, right?
Yes.
Then you apply the lock, and then you let the leg come down. So you've put your hook on, the lock
Yes.
is on, and then you go into swinging legs. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay?
Okay.
The book,
And,
right?
and you hold on it
Yes, yes,
while
yeah.
she do this
Yes, so
activity.
you're
Okay,
holding
yes.
it 40% all
Yeah.
the time when it's swinging legs.
Okay.
Now
well,
the book
yeah.
will tell you that what you have to do, and it's a pain in the ass,
Yes.
is to apply your lock on when the client's leg is on the bed. You then bring the leg off to the side and then tell the client to let the leg down, and then she goes into swinging legs, right? It's too much messing around. Putting the leg on the bed, bringing the leg off, it will take up more time. The less instruction you give your clients, the better. It's easier for them to follow if the leg is off the bed and the simple command is lift the leg, right? See, when you're putting it on and off the bed, they can get confused. Am I doing this? Am I doing that? So for me, it's just easier to go lift the leg. Okay, relax, let me have it. Apply the lock, is the same thing. Let the leg drop. Okay, swinging legs 6 times.
Okay.
It's easier. Okay, right. Now, so that's your deep tissue techniques there for the leg. Okay. So you want to strip in with the forearm, 30-40%. You want to use your windscreen wiper, your claw. You can use your shaker, and then you're going in on a scale of 10. And that's for the rec fem and also for your lateralis. You don't strip into the IT band, this part here, that big tendon, in when the leg's straight on the bed. Okay?
Just to be clear, the IT band sits right here,
Yep.
and the lateralis is right here.
That's it.
Okay.
That's it. The IT band's there, lateralis is there, rec fem is there. Okay. Okay. So that's fine for there. Now what we want to do is then your next part is to take it off the bed, put your towel down, you anchor in with your foot, so your shin has got to then contract on her ankle, and then you're working over rec fem lateralis there. As you get more experience and you understand the tensions, you'll know immediately, I just need to strip into this, or you'll know, no, I need to go straight in with a windscreen wiper. I need to take it off the side of the bed, or whoa, this is super tight, right, let's put a lock on as hard as we can. Go into swinging legs first before I even go into the rest of it. Again, if there's a big knot, you don't push into the knot. You want to work in the way we did with Elaine in the beginning, and then put your lock on afterwards. It's easier to do it in that way. Now, a nice new technique that we can use here to really stretch out the origin points is to bring the leg up into the triangle. And again, you want to be sitting here on the edge of the bed. And this is a deeper extension than what I showed you in the holistic, right? So you'll have seen, Eugene, in the holistic techniques, that a routine that you can do, a nice effleurage routine,
Yes.
is coming over the leg and then effleuraging up the hamstrings, right? For your deep tissue, what we do here is with the heel of the hand, you can work with, sorry Elaine, you can work with the heel of the hand here on lateralis as you're coming down. So this is your anchor in the abductors. So if I wanted to work more the lateralis, I'm making my hook, but this part that's going to hit the lateral line is squeezing the lateralis as I'm coming down. So for trapped nerves, smaller trigger points.
With the medial you're fixing, and with the left you're pressing more in the lateral.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm just anchoring here
Anchoring,
to
yes.
hold, and this one I'm using the heel of the hand to strip into the lateralis.
Okay.
Okay, so if somebody's like in super pain and you can't use the bigger movements, do it in this way where you tighten and then you just strip nice and slowly into it. Maybe that's all they can take. Okay? Again, my right hand stops midway, your left hand can come further down and effleuraging back up. Now, if it was more into rec fem, where we know it was sitting a little bit there, we get the hook on, but this time with the fingers. I use my digital fingers and I'm making more pressure here on the rec fem as I'm coming down, and it's a lot slower. Can you feel the difference there, Elaine?
Yeah.
Okay, so my fingers there are pushing into her rec fem. So if you had a huge, massive trigger point there, she's not going to hit the roof if you go over it. If the area is hypertonic, you would keep stripping and stripping and stripping until it loosens off, okay? If you had lots of different trigger points all around that area, you can be using your fingers to come over the trigger points, or you can be using the heel of your hand as well to strip into it. So that can be quite nice too. What we can also do as well is incorporate a nice movement technique. Now she's got oil on her, so I'm just going to be using my towel here. Okay, deep breath for me please, Elaine, and big sigh out. So I'm just going to be rotating around, pulling and coming back. So when you pull, it stretches the muscle and the origin points, and that can be very nice for some people with mobility problems as well, if you can't mobilize the actual full leg. Okay, and breathe again, Elaine. Okay, and again, breathe. Okay, men really enjoy that technique. Quite a lot of the big guys that I work with that are trainers, they really like this because it gives a good stretch coming out of the front of the quads, okay? And you just come around. Pulsing. And again, some rocking. And as always, when you finish your treatment, let's just try and take it out the toes, okay? And again, I'm just going to give it a bit of a squeeze there and pull. Okay. So it doesn't want to go again. The foot was in quite a good state of looseness, quite a few of the channels were open, so we've gone into a loosening process, alright? But if it's not going to loosen here, because we're working here with the front, we also have here in at the chin, and it will also be talking to the hands. There we go, we've got a crack coming out of the wrist there, we've got 3 cracks. So the deep front line is friends with the arm lines, so whilst this was open, we never opened this channel. And it's now trying to leave, so it's there in the wrist. Nice. Good. Beautiful. Oh my God. Full house. There we go. Okay? So again, that's a really good example of how it's going to try and leave out the other channel. So you've still got to work on this side here. Okay. Right, I think that's enough for the legs. You guys grab a leg each there on Elaine.